Quick question. Why is it that the people who stay home the most somehow know the most about themselves? They've got hobbies, peace, emotional control, and snacks within arm's reach. Meanwhile, the ones constantly outside are tired, overstimulated, and low-key avoiding their own thoughts like they owe them money. Here's the plot twist no one prepared you for. Staying at home isn't social failure. It's strategic emotional intelligence in sweatpants. Yeah, sometimes the person declining your party isn't depressed. They're just choosing sanity over small talk and loud music that sounds like a toaster having a breakdown. And honestly, that might be the healthiest decision in the room. Let me guess. You don't hate people. You just hate unnecessary people. There's a difference. You enjoy your own space, your own vibe, your own rules. You can wear the same hoodie for emotional support and no one dares judge you. The fridge is 5 steps away. The bathroom doesn't require public courage. You like plans, but only if they're canceled. Instant dopamine. Better than coffee. And when you do go out, you perform. You smile. You laugh. You nod at stories you don't care about like a polite NPC. By the time you get home, your social battery isn't just dead. It needs a spiritual resurrection. People tell you, you should socialize more. But they don't understand that staying home isn't loneliness for you. It's recovery. It's reset mode. It's your brain saying, let me breathe before I have to explain myself to another human again. You're not avoiding life. You're curating it. You enjoy peaceful weekends, quiet mornings, watching comfort shows again because your brain says, we survived. Let's not stress ourselves for character development today. And sometimes you feel a little guilty about it, like you're missing out, like you're supposed to be more outgoing, more adventurous, more main character energy. But what if this is your main character energy? What if your love for staying home isn't a flaw? What if it's literally how your brain keeps you sane? Here's where things get messy. Most people think loving to stay home means you're scared of the world, or socially anxious, or secretly rehearsing villain monologues in the mirror. So what do? They power through it. They force themselves to go out. They say yes to plans they don't want. They attend loud dinners where the music is louder than the personality of everyone there. They say, I should be more outgoing, like it's a legal requirement in adulthood. And motivational gurus join the chaos. Wake up at 5 a.m., meet 12 people, network, build empire, sleep when you're dead. Sir, some of us need quiet to function, not a TED Talk in our bloodstream. The mistake isn't staying home. The mistake is treating staying home like a problem that needs fixing. People confuse solitude with isolation, but those are two different planets. Isolation is feeling alone when you don't want to be. Solitude is choosing peace and enjoying your own company. One drains you, the other restores you. But mainstream advice doesn't care. It says, go out, push yourself, be uncomfortable. Cool. But what if your growth doesn't happen in noise? What if your clarity doesn't appear at parties, but in silence? Forcing extrovert strategies on an introvert brain is like downloading Windows software on a toaster. Technically possible, spiritually traumatic. So we stop listening to ourselves. We ignore our comfort zone instead of understanding it. And that's where the real issue starts. Here's the truth. People who love staying at home aren't running away from life. They're running towards safety, control, and emotional regulation. Your brain isn't saying, hide. It's saying, let me process. You want peace, mental clarity, freedom from constant social performance. You want to be your unfiltered self without commentary from the audience of society. It's not about avoiding people. It's about choosing environments that don't drain your soul battery like a phone with 47 apps running in the background. The underlying goal: stability, comfort, emotional control, and a space where your mind doesn't have to impress anyone. Staying home isn't laziness. It's self-trust. Here's the big insight. People who love staying at home often have highly sensitive nervous systems and high internal processing power, meaning your mind works deeply, not loudly. Think of your brain like a high-end computer. It runs complex thoughts, deep emotions, rich imagination, and intense self-reflection. But it overheats when too many external tabs are open. Staying home is how you close those tabs. When you're home, your brain goes from survival mode to creative mode. You think clearer. You plan better. You emotionally reset. You understand yourself better. This is where self-improvement magic actually happens. Not in loud crowds, not in forced conversations, but in stillness. Here's the difference. Extroverts charge by being around energy. Introvert-leaning people recharge by separating from it. And society glorifies the loud, not the thoughtful. But think about it. Your best ideas? Your deep realizations? Your moments of clarity? They probably didn't happen at a wedding buffet line. They happened when you were alone, relaxed, in your zone. Your home becomes your thinking lab, your emotional charging station, your reset button for reality. And here's the smart approach. Instead of fighting your love for staying home, you optimize it. You turn your home into a productivity temple, a creativity cave, a healing headquarters. You use solitude intentionally, not as escape, as strategy. Because here's the irony. People who master solitude often become more confident in social situations too. Why? Because they know themselves. They're not desperate for validation. They're not performing. They're choosing. And choice is powerful. Staying home isn't the enemy of growth. Staying home without awareness is. When you understand why you prefer it, you stop feeling guilty and start feeling grounded. You learn your rhythms, your energy cycles, your natural pace. You stop comparing your quiet life to someone's loud highlight reel. And suddenly, peace doesn't feel like loneliness. It feels like strength. Meet Ollie. Ollie loves his house more than relatives love free food. Every Friday, friends text, "Bro, tonight club? Movie plan? Road trip?" Ollie looks at his bed, then at his phone, then whispers, "You complete me." One day, he finally gives in. He goes out. Loud music. Crowded space. Someone yelling life updates from 2016. "Friend, why are you so quiet?" Ollie, "I'm observing." "Friend, bro, speak up." Ollie internally, "I want to go home and emotionally exfoliate." He finally returns home at 1 a.m., emotionally dehydrated. He sits on his bed like a war veteran. Next day, he stays home, cleans his space, journals, watches his comfort show, organizes goals, plans his next week. And weirdly, he feels better, clearer, more focused. That's when Ollie realizes it's not that he hates people. He just functions better when his mind isn't overstimulated like a TikTok feed. He stops forcing himself to be someone else. He starts designing life around who he actually is. And suddenly, even social hangouts feel lighter. Because now, they're a choice, not a chore. Here's how to turn your love for staying home into a self-improvement power move. First, stop guilt-tripping yourself. You're not wasting time. You are regulating your nervous system. Big difference. Second, create a ritual for your alone time. Not just scrolling. Intentionally resting, reading, reflecting, planning. Third, balance isolation and connection. Staying home is healthy. Becoming a furniture item is not. Choose quality interactions, not forced ones. Fourth, design your space. Make it comfy, inspiring, calming. Your environment affects your brain more than you think. Fifth, schedule social time like exercise. Not every day, but enough to stay emotionally connected. You don't need to become extroverted. You just need to become strategically social. There's a difference. Use this technique, the battery visualization. Imagine your social energy as a phone battery. Going out equals apps running. Conversations equals notifications. Crowds equals brightness on full. Staying home equals battery saver mode. Every time you choose peace over pressure, imagine plugging your brain into a charger. Feel it refilling, calming, stabilizing. This helps you understand when you're genuinely resting versus when you're avoiding. Ask yourself, am I recharging or hiding? And listen honestly, that awareness alone upgrades your entire relationship with solitude. So here's the truth. Loving staying home doesn't make you boring. It makes you self-aware. Your peace is not a personality flaw. It's a design feature. Understand it, respect it, optimize it, and stop letting loud people define quiet strength. If this video made you feel seen, understood, or mildly emotionally hugged by words, then hey, we're on the same wavelength. Stay curious, protect your energy, and if you want more videos that decode the psychology behind everyday habits, gently consider subscribing. Or don't. Stay comfy. We get it. Your couch, and we both support you.